Welcome to my YouTube channel, Motology. If you are passionate about motorcycles that break boundaries, redefine performance, and stand out as icons of engineering, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a machine that is more than just a superbike, it's a legend reborn. The 2025 MTT Y2K Superbike. This is the motorcycle that famously turned heads worldwide when it first arrived with a jet turbine engine. And now, 2 decades later, it has evolved into something even more radical, more powerful, and more futuristic. So sit back, because this review is going to be one of the most exciting ones we've done here on Motology. When we talk about the Y2K Superbike, we're talking about a motorcycle that has always been in a league of its own. From its introduction in the early 2000s, the Y2K was the world's first production turbine-powered motorcycle, powered by a Rolls-Royce Allison helicopter engine. It wasn't just a bike, it was a statement of what was possible when innovation, engineering brilliance, and pure audacity collide. Now, in 2025, MTT has redefined the Y2K for a new generation, keeping its signature DNA intact while enhancing every aspect with modern technology, improved safety, and futuristic design. Let's begin by addressing the heart of the beast, the engine. The 2025 Y2K is still powered by a jet turbine, but this time MTT has upgraded to the Rolls-Royce Allison 250C20 series turboshaft. Extensively re-engineered for motorcycle use, this engine is capable of producing a mind-blowing 420 horsepower and an unbelievable 500 pounds-ft of torque. To put that into perspective, that's more torque than many supercars on the road today. All available almost instantly thanks to the turbine's unique power delivery. Unlike conventional combustion engines, turbines generate power in a linear, relentless manner, meaning there's virtually no lag, no hesitation, just raw, continuous thrust. The sound alone is an experience. If you've never heard a turbine motorcycle before, imagine standing next to a jet about to take off, but scaled down into a motorcycle package. The high-pitched whine, the whoosh of air, and the raw scream of the turbine as it spins up. It's not just riding a bike. It's piloting a machine that feels like it belongs in aviation rather than on asphalt. Now, one of the biggest challenges for MTT in 2025 was refining this turbine power for practical use. Back in the early versions, while the raw power was exhilarating, the bike was notoriously difficult to handle, with heat, throttle response, and fuel consumption being major concerns. The new Y2K has solved these issues through advanced electronic management systems. The throttle response is now finely tuned with ride-by-wire technology, allowing for smoother acceleration and better modulation at lower speeds. Advanced cooling systems have also been integrated, ensuring that the massive heat generated by the turbine is properly dissipated, making it more rider-friendly even in stop-and-go city traffic. Fuel efficiency, though still not its strong point, has been improved thanks to optimized combustion cycles and lighter components. The bike now has a usable range of around 140 miles on a full tank, which is impressive considering the sheer power and nature of the engine. Of course, this isn't a machine you buy for daily commuting. This is for the ultimate thrill, the statement piece in your garage that makes everything else look ordinary. Let's talk about performance figures, because that's where the Y2K has always set benchmarks. The 2025 model can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 60.5 seconds and has a top speed rated at over 270 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right, 270 miles per hour. That makes it one of the fastest production motorcycles on the planet, rivaling the likes of the Dodge Tomahawk and even purpose-built land speed record machines. What sets it apart, however, is the manner in which it delivers this speed. It's not just acceleration, it's thrust, almost like being catapulted forward by a jet engine. But with great speed comes the question of control. The 2025 Y2K has undergone major chassis and suspension upgrades. MTT has worked with top racing engineers to design a lightweight yet incredibly strong carbon fiber frame that can withstand the stresses of turbine thrust. The suspension is fully adjustable, with Öhlins racing forks up front and a TTX rear shock, tuned to handle everything from high-speed runs to tight cornering. Braking is another critical aspect, and MTT has spared no expense here. The bike comes equipped with Brembo-style monoblock calipers, massive carbon ceramic discs, and a state-of-the-art ABS system that adapts to turbine torque delivery. Combined with traction control, launch control, and multiple riding modes, the bike ensures that the rider has confidence while harnessing this incredible power. Now, aesthetics. The 2025 Y2K looks every bit as futuristic as its engine sounds. The design is sleek, aerodynamic, and aggressive, with carbon fiber bodywork sculpted for minimal drag and maximum downforce at high speeds. The front fairing has been redesigned to house advanced LED matrix headlights, while the side panels are carefully shaped to direct airflow both for cooling and stability. The exhaust, well, it's not a traditional exhaust. Instead, you get a massive turbine outlet at the rear, which glows with heat when the bike is fired up, a sight that never fails to impress. The cockpit is equally futuristic, with a fully digital TFT display that provides all essential information, from turbine RPM to thrust output, fuel consumption, and even a thermal heat map of the bike. Connectivity is also at the forefront, with smartphone integration, GPS-based performance logging, and even a built-in dashcam system for capturing your rides. It's not just a bike, it's a modern piece of tech that combines aviation performance with 21st century rider assistance. Another highlight of the 2025 Y2K is Exclusivity. MTT has always been about producing limited numbers of these bikes, catering to enthusiasts, collectors, and riders who want something beyond the ordinary. Each unit is hand-built, customizable to the buyer's specifications, and delivered as a work of art. This isn't mass production, it's craftsmanship, engineering, and performance wrapped into one. Owning one is a privilege, and the price reflects that. The 2025 Y2K is expected to cost well over $250,000, making it one of the most expensive production motorcycles in the world. But for those who can afford it, it's not just about the price, it's about owning a piece of motorcycle history on the road. Riding the Y2K is unlike anything else. Twist the throttle, and you don't just hear the engine, you feel it. The turbine spools up with a whine that quickly escalates into a roar, and as you launch forward, it feels less like acceleration and more like controlled flight. At high speeds, the stability of the carbon fiber chassis combined with aerodynamic downforce gives you a sense of control that belies the raw numbers. And yet, there's always this underlying awareness that you're on something completely different from any other motorcycle. Of course, this bike isn't without its challenges. The turbine engine, while incredibly powerful, requires special maintenance, and the fuel consumption is still higher than conventional superbikes. It also demands a skilled rider. This isn't a machine for beginners or even intermediate riders. This is for experienced enthusiasts who understand the responsibility that comes with riding a turbine-powered superbike. But that's exactly what makes the 2025 Y2K so special. It's not about practicality, it's not about daily use, about pushing boundaries, about showcasing what happens when you combine aviation technology with motorcycle design. It's about creating a machine that's as much a piece of art as it is a performance monster. And in that regard, the Y2K continues to hold its crown as one of the most iconic motorcycles ever built. For 2025, MTT has managed to balance the raw insanity of a turbine engine with the refinements of modern electronics, safety features, and rider aids. It's faster, safer, and more user-friendly than ever, without losing any of its soul. And that's a remarkable achievement. So, is the 2025 MTT Y2K worth it? If you're looking for practicality, no. If you want something for your daily commute, absolutely not. But if you're a collector, an adrenaline junkie, or someone who wants to own a piece of mechanical history that stands alone in its category, then yes, the Y2K is worth every penny. It's not just a bike. It's an experience, one that very few people in the world will ever get to have. As we wrap up this review, I want to say this. Motorcycles like the 2025 Y2K remind us why we fall in love with machines in the first place. It's not just about transportation. It's about passion, about pushing limits, and about creating something that makes you feel alive every time you ride. The Y2K is the perfect example of engineering meeting artistry, and it will go down in history as one of the most audacious and legendary motorcycles ever built. Thank you for watching this in-depth review of the 2025 MTT Y2K Superbike here on Motology. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more in-depth reviews of the world's most exciting motorcycles, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment below. Would you ever ride the Y2K if given the chance? Or is it just too insane for the road? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep the passion for two wheels alive. This is Motology, signing off.